What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game8s podcast, episode 5.1. We'll get to that. I'm one of your hosts, Jack Valentine, alongside the ever-lovely Duncan Chalmers.
That's me.
So, as Duncan said, point one, we're actually trying something a bit different going forward now. In order to kind of break down a bit of our content and not just give you this massive wad of information that you can't necessarily get through in one sitting. We want to break everything down into more bite-sized pieces. So as we record now, this is part 1 of episode 5. Every week we're going to give you 3 parts of every episode uploaded Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So you have to go a couple of days there. It's on Sunday and Monday, but
sorry,
you'll survive. We'll have other stuff coming your way with streams and stuff, but that way gives us a little more stuff to give to you, and even so it breaks everything up a bit. So it's not right now we're kind of just throwing stuff at you either Tuesday or Saturday, and it's we want to be able to bring you a little more stuff over a more spread out period of time. So
flexibility is good with stuff like that because things are going to happen during the week.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
Yeah. So and this is going to be an odd one for us because this is, spoiler alert, our Gamescom prediction episode. Though a lot of Gamescom stuff is happening today, where it should have been happening tomorrow. So I'm not sure if that's just them
prediction recap
blowing their loads early, or
it happens, man. Yeah. Sometimes you just can't control it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you just can't control it.
Yeah,
Am I right? Oh.
When it's when you're as big as Sony, or as big as Microsoft,
well, maybe wide as Microsoft.
Yeah, I think. Well, you've seen the Xbox One.
That's what I meant.
They're clearly compensating for something.
Bring back VCRs, man.
Yeah, actually, every generation Microsoft has kind of been compensating for something. Xbox, you had the Fat Boy,
the Duke. Oh my God!
And then with the 360, what would it have been with the 360? Red Ring of Death.
I was thinking that, trying to force us to use motion.
Oh yeah.
Not giving us
their
Wi-Fi.
Well,
that was just
they weren't physical enough, or mobile enough. I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. And now with the Xbox One, the console itself is massive. Anyway, enough talk about Microsoft's metaphorical penis.
That's what you meant?
Oh, I don't. Whoa! Okay. Let's get on with it, because we're going to keep these about 20-25 minutes-ish. So, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks. Yeah, it's been an odd week. I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But that's about it, really. Before we recorded this, we've already... You'll be seeing it on the channel. If you haven't already, go check out our Tell Me About episode on PlayStation 4's exclusive independent game Bound, which is now available on the PSN. So I've been playing a bit of that. It's not wowing me. Mm-hmm. It's cool, but it's just, I'm like... Especially after I feel like we've really actually like had some kind of communication with the developer, because like
that was really cool.
Yeah, he's been back and forth on a lot of our tweets because we've been sending him the love, because I've been beating the drum for this game for a while. I think it looks great, but unfortunately it's not really blowing my socks
You're not
off.
done, right?
No, I hear it's not very long, and I played about an hour and a half of it, but I just as soon as I started, I was like half an hour in, I was just like, I worry that this is going to be one of those games that because I'm usually really soft on indie games, like I love them, but then this feels like one of those indie games that I spend the money on and I actually never end up finishing, which really sucks to me.
Yeah.
I don't.
You took a chance. It's easier to spend money on a game like that is so than it is Call of Duty. What is it, 64 now?
Yeah, basically,
2064, 22,064.
Yeah, future modern soldier, bro. Mm-hmm. Mountain Dew.
Gotta get that Cheeto dust off if we're gonna continue.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Bound, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
PS4 Indie Rage for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I started watching Rick and Morty finally.
Oh what took you so long?
I don't know. Everyone had been telling me about it, and I just was like, for some reason, I just got into this mindset of being like, if I can't watch it on Netflix or telly, I'm not going to bother. So I went online finally and started watching it.
So good.
So good. Fantastic.
So good.
Anyway, sorry.
It's alright.
You go now.
Grim Dawn.
Dawn. I've heard a little bit about this game, Duncan. I hear you think it's shit. And
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It is everything that I've wanted in a Diablo successor, right down to the doom and gloom atmosphere and all that stuff. But it also takes everything excellent about Titanfall, which makes sense given that they made Titanfall. No, I meant Quest.
What? This
Quest,
sounds way better to me now.
Titan Quest. What a. It's because we're going to talk about Titanfall later, and I'm all worked up. Titan Quest, which is just excellent character creation and classes. I love building a perfect character in video games like that, and this one just really stands out to me. I don't know if Jack's listening to me or not.
I am, sorry. I just had to respond to a text.
That's why my phone's over there. Grim Dawn is fucking excellent. I'm going to get some footage. I'm going to tell you more about it. Let me just say that this is a better Diablo game than Diablo 3, and exactly what I wanted for an isometric ARPG. Oh, I've made 3 characters so far, and just, yeah.
I've got a question for you, though.
Okay.
If it's a better Diablo game than Diablo 3, do you like Diablo 3 at all?
Yes.
So someone like me, if I like Diablo 3, but I've never played Diablo 2, would I like Grim Dawn, do you think?
How much do you want to dedicate time to deciding how to build your character to play late game stuff? Because you have to make decisions and you have to stick with them. You can reset certain skills, and there's a lot of, like, for lack of a better term, there's like a passive tree called Devotions, and you can just pick different passives that you want, but it costs a lot later on to change those, and you can't. There's 3 stats: physique, cunning, and spirit, and you can't modify those stats afterwards.
So would you
everything
say
else you can?
So it is like right at the beginning, like foot in the door. You've got to make these decisions that will affect the end game, basically.
Kind of, because you can modify everything except for those stats, and you're going to want to bump those stats up, like as you see gear for the first little while, anyways.
So be sure you know what kind of playstyle you want, basically.
Yeah, but at the same time, the game's so much fun that, like I said, I've started 3 characters. I barely have my foot in the door for the character class types that I want because it's so much fun.
I should look up gameplay of this because I haven't seen anything on it before.
I'll get some, and then we'll make a video.
Yeah. We'll do a tell me about because I would like to be told about it.
Yeah, and another thing that stands out is just the pure physicality and how well it feels like in Diablo 3 it doesn't feel like you're hitting enemies. In this game, everything counts.
Okay.
And it's just you get that satisfaction every time you make a strike or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use the hotbar or the 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. for certain skills and stuff. But primarily you're going to be main attacking and secondary with the mouse. So that's good. That's really good. It's really good. If you have a PC, get on that.
What else have you been doing? Is that it? You want to
really? That's it. Cool. Yeah, that's about all I've been playing.
Let's move into topic 1 of what will be the first part. This is going to be our Gamescom segment, as I mentioned before. Now, obviously, we are recording this on Tuesday, the 16th? Yes, 16th of...
you should know that.
Of August. So, Gamescom...
tomorrow.
Press events happen tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are the public floor events. Now...
it's supposed to be tomorrow.
Let's talk about stuff that, oddly enough, isn't really going to be there before we talk about stuff that we know is going to be there. Last year, Sony did not hold a conference in favour of their now annual PlayStation Experience event in December.
I totally get that. Having your own
absolutely, event,
that makes sense.
Especially where, like you said, just before we started recording, E3 really just happened. It's already out of your mind pretty much because it's been enough. It's been a couple of months, but too soon to come back. I think with any energy after the E3 that both they and Microsoft had. I think both of them had great E3s, and to come out and do a press conference, no point. But they are both going to be there for floor presence, for public presence. We know Sony's putting a lot of emphasis on PSVR, obviously.
I think I saw 17 games in total,
Yeah.
which is
And
a lot.
yeah,
I would love to do it because I want to try VR.
yeah.
I don't want to commit to it.
Yeah.
I don't think you do either.
Not yet.
No.
And I mean, if you haven't read it yet, head over to the GameMates blog. I wrote a piece called Abandonment, Precautionary Tale About PlayStation VR, which essentially is, I think, an angle that people... I know some people out there are thinking it, but I just don't see anybody talking about it. And my issue is it's just like, you're going to drop $700 on this thing that essentially is going to have some tech demos on it for the first couple of months. Resident Evil 7 comes out. Hopefully it's actually a good game, and hopefully it's actually a good VR game on top of that.
Yeah.
But then after that, not that I think they should have told us everything that's coming out in the next while.
They should have given you more than one tangible premium AAA
Right.
title, though.
Right. And so that's anyway. Read my piece on it if you want to know more. But and they're also going to have Gran Turismo Sport. Cool. I've never cared about Gran Turismo. Forza I think is way more accessible. Like the Forza Motorsport in terms of racing sims. I just don't care about Gran Turismo. And I'm a PlayStation guy too. So in terms of Microsoft, they're going to have Gears 4, obviously. Forza Horizon 3, obviously.
And the big one, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited to see more people playing it, because what we got at E3 was very much that, hey, these are real people playing our game, but it was closed environment, cut up segments.
Yeah, it's false advertising.
Yeah.
Not really, that's a terrible term to use.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm excited to see it in a more open environment, like people coming and actively trying to bugger it up.
Yeah,
like, you know,
exactly.
break the game for them, because this is the sort of time to do it, to just see how far out that game really is. There were several others, but I wrote literally and several others. I can't fucking remember what else they're bringing. There's a couple of other exclusives, I think. Oh, Recall's going to be there, and a couple of others.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see the response to as well.
Yeah, so I know you're one of the few people I know that's kind of like you're staying impartial to it, but you're confident, or at least a little optimistic.
No, I'm optimistic, not confident, because we don't know enough to be confident in this product.
Yeah.
GameSpot has that ad piece on the Xbox that says that this could be the Mega Man game that you're hoping for, which to me is hilarious because, well, Mighty Number 9 happened, and...
Same company.
Yeah, and that wasn't what people wanted. I just want ReCore to be good more than anything. It looks cool and it's a co-op experience. That's what I want in games.
Yeah. And over the next couple of days, we're going to get more footage from, Ubisoft's going to be there. They're going to probably have South Park.
Wildlands, maybe.
Wildlands, I would assume. For Honor is probably going to be there, and Watch Dogs 2. Obvious. Like,
I never think about For Honor.
I don't either, because I think it's going to be shit. But there you go.
I don't want it to be, though.
Is that coming out this year or next year?
I haven't seen enough to remember, so
February
probably not.
Next year?
Probably.
EA, for all the guff we give them, I think they've got some solid shit lined up. Battlefield 1 is that every time I think about Battlefield
if you're
1...
a console player...
Oh, shit. Well... Pace yourself, Duncan. It's... For all the crap I give it, I'm like, I just don't care, another Battlefield game. Every time I see a new trailer for Battlefield 1, I'm just like, man, this game looks great.
They really are trying, and I give them serious
looks so
points
cool. And everyone was freaking out when Battlefield 4 was announced, saying like it looked so crazy with the Levolution stuff and the levels changing. But I think the naturalistic side of Battlefield 1 is what appeals to me. Like, the old technology and stuff, being in the First World War, it's cool because it will slow things down and make it more about being on the ground and not just being like, I can sit the other side of the map and blow you out of the sky.
I think it's going to really revamp squad play, like
teammates. Yeah. And the trailer they put out emphasizes, I can't remember what the map's called, but it's in Egypt, in the desert. And the horses are riding alongside the train. It shows how, you can switch between like guns and sword on the horseback, and then the train's blowing a plane up above them, it crashes, and then a jeep jumps and crashes into the side of the train and gets run over, and it's like, Oh, and then right at the end, this sandstorm blows in.
Yeah.
And it literally feels like from that in-game perspective that you're being hit by a wall because your horse staggers and the car starts juddering. The planes are like crashing because they're not going to survive a sandstorm. These old walls. Yeah, so that to me looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they announced today open beta, PC, PS4, Xbox One, October, bloody hell, August 31st. So this month. So
3 systems.
Pretty cool. Yeah, on all the systems it's going to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Duncan, there was a bunch of Titanfall 2 information on it today.
Yes.
I'm obviously very excited about this one. Games
Honestly, I am too. It looks amazing, and Titanfall just feels so good to play.
Today was like the sort of popping the cork on multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of new footage. They've shown for the first time like actual long form gameplay. I will say they did a stream on it today, which was just kind of atrocious because whoever was moderating, like the 2 commentator like moderator people were just crap at their jobs, and the person who was whoever was like flicking between cameras and deciding who we're focusing on should probably not have that as a job, because it was like, let's switch to this person who literally is collapsing dead. Like, they know who you know who you're switching to, so let's not, like, and then let's not move away to someone who's actually doing something in the game. Let's just watch his respawn screen. And
those respawn screens are beautiful, okay? They deserve their time in the limelight.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll stop now. We'll stop this. But like, anyway. So, and again, announced another beta.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna. They're not referring to this one as a beta, are they? It's a multiplayer stress test, which I think is good because the term beta is thrown around so much.
Oh yeah, it's completely overused now.
Yeah, and then you are going to be essentially a beta or even an alpha tester if you take part in this. But it is open. Just go to the appropriate storefront of what system you're using, and you
all
can,
2 of them.
You can download it. It's going to be this weekend, so Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching this on Tuesday, if you're watching this not within the week of 15th to 21st, you're too late. It's probably gone because it's only.
But thank you for watching.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, thank you for watching us, but you're too fucking slow for Titanfall 2. So the 19th, Friday, going till the 21st on Sunday, there's going to be this open stress test. Now, oddly enough, it's only on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, no PC version. Duncan, just take it away.
I just take the leash off now. Okay, so when you first said it, you said you were afraid that the PC players were going to dive into your files. Basically, you were afraid they were going to data mine cool things in your single player. Your website today says that you're not prepared for it. Okay, you know what? I honestly respect the fact that you guys are going to admit that you're not ready to do it on a superior machine. I don't want to sound like that PC elitist guy, but my graphics card isn't that good, and it completely crushes both consoles. I will give you some serious points for admitting that you're not ready to play around with settings for minimum specs and all that stuff. It's got to be easier to get that stuff ready to go on the consoles, yes. But here's the thing. You've already released a game in this series on PC. It could look the exact same and have all the new features, and you could tell us that, and it would be fine. Why did you first lie to us? Why did you say it was data mining fear? That's bullshit, because that's going to happen regardless of what file. You know what? I can guarantee you that this is going to happen before the game comes out anyways. If people really want to, people are going to do it, because that's what happens. Get over it. If we don't want to know what's going to happen in the story, we're not going to read the articles about the data mining. Plain and simple. Okay, moving on. How on earth do you not know how to build a beta or tech demo, whatever stress testing you want to call it, for PC? You all have experience with this. Where were you before Respawn was a thing? Jack, do you remember what they made before? Call of Duty.
Oh, right. Yeah, Call of Duty. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of those titles on PC. In fact, that's where they fucking started. I'm really torn because I'm gonna download this test. I'm gonna play it this weekend on my Xbox because Titanfall's so much fun. I don't want to be mad at you guys, but you're making it so easy. You definitely lost a pre-order. There's no way I'm going to give you guys money on this because I think at the end of the day I'm going to be getting it on my PC. There's no way I'm pre-ordering this. I'm waiting until people with worse computers than mine have played it and it's worked successfully because there are so many red flags right now. Respawn, what gives? I want to like you guys. I do, but I really hate this decision that's being made. I don't want to be an advocate and tell people, don't pre-order the I don't want to be that guy. But it just, to me, why would I spend, I look at No Man's Sky. That game was not ready to launch on PC. Luckily, I could get a refund through it. And I will, in fact, be playing that game once it works properly, for sure. But just like Titanfall, I'm probably still going to get it, unfortunately, because I want to play the game. That's the downside. You can't, really, the only person losing out on making a statement is yourself. It's just, I really, any PC players, I want to stress that my opinion is do not pre-order this. Don't give them any money for a PC version of this game until it is ready to go. Until we know it works. We need something tangible that computers that meet the minimum specs can play this. That's just my take on it. Come on, guys, impress me.
Right.
I'll
no, it's true. I mean, from my perspective, right? I'm like, cool. I'll get it on PS4. I don't have a care in the world because I know that everything I've seen on it, the graphics and everything, that is the console quality that they're going for. Because with these guys, same with COD, it's made on console first before going to PC. And that I'm all right with. I don't care. It's just a lot of fun. So, but I can definitely appreciate the fact that it doesn't instill a lot of faith in a PC-oriented community. If that's where you want to play this fast-paced online shooter, that's where you want to play it. I mean, it's just I don't think it'll be any worse on console than on PC. But it's odd. But
it just feels like twice in 1 week. The PC market has been basically segregated into being second-class citizens because their hardware is too good. And I know that that's me brushing everything with the same brush, painting everything with the same brush. However I'm supposed to say that. It's just really weird to see it twice in two massive titles like this. And I just don't understand why people are essentially just A-okay with this, and there's not as much... I'm angry about it, but I haven't seen too much about other people being, and I don't know.
I think it's one of those things that people are just kind of comfortable to sweep under the rug. They're just it's fine. I'll let it, the little gif, the meme of the dog in the house that's on fire just drinking his coffee.
But if you delay a game that somebody wants, death threats.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of games that are like Call of Duty, but are way better than Call of Duty, being Titanfall, let's talk about Call of Duty for all of 5 seconds. Infinite Warfare, next installment of the series, which is going to act as a terrible cash grab to make people buy a remaster of Modern Warfare, is getting a zombies mode. Are you surprised?
Not at all.
Nope, me neither, because it worked before when it was every 2 years you had a, what are they called? Treyarch game.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, zombies mode in Black Ops, zombies mode in Black Ops 2, zombies mode in World at War. But now, I think they've seen that people, when I was younger, like myself, when I was younger, I will say, would buy the ones with zombies in it because they're actually fun. The zombies was fun. But
it was.
I always found it fun. And I played the campaign, but yeah.
The gaming community to me has moved past what that used to offer.
It's just, it's fucking boring now.
Well, now you have Horde mode, which we're hopefully going to see some great gameplay of this coming few days.
Yeah.
And then, every survival game ever borrowed from it. It's just, it's been left in the past.
Yeah. So yeah, this one's called Zombies in Spaceland, and you're in a giant theme park that looks like it's straight out of the 80s, and I think that
it's a cool setting.
Call of Duties well, arguably, I think the best one in the last probably 5 years has been Advanced Warfare. Because everyone seems to hate it, but I for the life of me don't understand why, because it's the first one that truly embraced, yeah, I'm a fucking stupid game. Let's fucking get Kevin Spacey in here to play his character from House of Cards as the villain, and let's get fucking Troy Baker to be the cat. Like, oh, and you've got a robot arm and you've got a robot suit and you're fucking jumping around everywhere. It's just stupid, but it's actually the campaign in it is fun. And zombies jumping around. Anyway, that's a lot longer than 5 seconds. I do not want to talk about Call of Duty anymore.
No.
For any Blizzard fans out there, Blizzard are obviously holding a panel at BlizzCon. Of course, they're holding panels at BlizzCon, at Gamescom. One of which, none of you've heard about this, I assume you have, highly speculated that we're going to hear about is StarCraft HD.
I thought that was basically confirmed.
Oh,
just not by Blizzard.
I don't know.
Yeah, StarCraft HD and probably Diablo 2 as well.
Okay.
But I don't expect either of those at Gamescom. I expect those at BlizzCon.
Does BlizzCon happen though?
Not since that news is broken.
But I thought it's happened this summer though, hasn't it?
I can't even remember.
Because it'll be another full year. So
yeah, because they announced the newest World of Warcraft expansion at that, I think. Yeah, maybe
That's why
the
they announced
StarCraft
Ana,
one,
isn't it? For Overwatch.
makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, so they're gonna have, and you'd assume at this point, Diablo 3 is like still maintaining a steady community, but you'd assume it's time to hear it's time to hear the Diablo name again. Whether it's here's a teaser for Diablo 4, which you might, it's probably probably not yet, but you know what I mean. It's something.
They hired people to work on a project that they needed people to be passionate about previous Diablo games, I believe was in the description. We've heard rumblings. We've seen at the last, I can't even remember, but a last video that they had, there were shots of concept art of Diablo 2 characters. We're getting Diablo 2 in some way, shape, or form again, I could not be happier.
Do you think it'd come to console?
I think that's going to be the big push. I think they're going to bring it out. Yeah.
On console.
Yeah, and I'm going to buy it on everything I own.
I would get it, because I've heard so much about it from you, that if it is like Diablo 2 through and through, maybe with enhanced graphics.
What I want it to be is enhanced, take Diablo 3's engine, but keep the tone of Diablo 2.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Bring every single unique legendary set, everything, all the items from Diablo 3, and just drop it into Diablo 2, and just percentage it off and make it work.
Right.
Done. That's exactly what I want. I won't play. Well, that's not true, but I won't play much else.
But the one thing we do have confirmed, obviously, Overwatch receiving a new map. I can't pronounce the name at all. It's in Germany, so you can assume it's going to have a lot of lore tied to Reinhardt. It is like a medieval castle. We've seen some shots of a throne room with an old piece of armor and a skeleton and a throne.
Just looks super cool. Fun.
Very pretty looking map. So I'm excited to see that. That is coming in September. So, but we have to wrap this up.
Yeah, we do.
For this episode, we've gone on a little longer than usual. So. This
always.
has been part 1 of episode 5. Stay tuned for the next episode. And this weekend we're going to have our overall thoughts from Gamescom as a whole. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.